1.
Archaeology. Archaeology.
Example.
I decided to take on archaeology for my undergraduate studies.
Which is why Phil Morrison calls SETI the archaeology of the future.
2.
Lecturer. Lecturer.
Example.
My name's Jeremy and I'm an art and design lecturer, but my passion is actually making bows.
Sure. So we're witnessing an experiment done by this probably touring lecturer.
3.
Department. Department.
Example.
And when he's there, at Sao Paulo, his host family, his friends, get a call from the police department.
How are you feeling in the fun department these days? Are you
4.
Professor. Professor.
Example.
Lights. My mother was an artist. My father was a college professor.
I'm a lighting designer, an associate professor at Brooklyn College.
5.
Maritime. Maritime.
Example.
Turns out it began in our country with maritime law.
This venue offers a fascinating look at different areas of the underwater and maritime world.
6.
Astronomy. Astronomy.
Example.
Having no formal training in astronomy, her observations and sketches were remarkably accurate.
Or in some cases, they'll actually have full degree programs in astronomy or astrophysics.
7.
Enthusiast. Enthusiast.
Example.
The chairman of our board is a big pit bull enthusiast, and he sleeps with 3 in his bed every night.
But it used to be that a hacker was an expert or an enthusiast of any kind.
8.
Planetary. Planetary.
Example.
This is a planetary nebula, which is the 100% wrong term for these objects.
Kind of where these planetary scale processes meet on the micro scale.
9.
Economics. Economics.
Example.
Which required a comprehensive outlook on politics, economics, society, history. All that seems to be disappearing.
I'm currently assistant professor of economics at John Jay College, City University of New York.
10.
Geology. Geology.
Example.
What was the general picture of geology at the time, and how did Lyell transform it?
2 billion years ago, the Earth's geology came together to spontaneously and naturally form what was essentially a nuclear fission reactor.
11.
Linguistics. Linguistics.
Example.
The linguistics of punctuation, and this was in the early 90s, I think this was published.
For me, it was linguistics that helped change the way I view language and the way I look at the world.
12.
Psychology. Psychology.
Example.
Behavioral psychology tells us that we take action and make decisions based on our emotions above all else.
Haidt, he's a psychology professor at New York University.
13.
Sociology. Sociology.
Example.
I have a colleague, and she and I both teach the sociology of gender course on alternate semesters.
And if you read the sociology literature, you know that we like to share novel information.
14.
Analyze. Analyze.
Example.
Analyze the way your lips move in comparison to their lips.
The only way of doing that, I think, is to analyze a document.
15.
Claim. Claim.
Even when we get the backlog down on the original claim, too many folks are waiting on the back end.
Because people can rightfully claim a sense of ownership.
16. Define.
Define.
Example.
Once we define the problem, we can prevent that death with something as cheap and safe as penicillin.
We use technology to define ourselves by sharing our thoughts and feelings even as we're having them.
17.
Law. Law.
Example.
This advocacy work to change practice, policy, and law. Because without a will, there is no way.
In the Oval Office, I signed into law the Global Food Security Act, which is a bipartisan.
18.
Evaluate. Evaluate.
Example.
We also evaluate these people much more positively overall.
But how do you evaluate it? Or what if you have to simplify that?
19.
Theory. Theory.
Example.
First, what was the theory of poverty that guided the war on poverty?
But I have a different theory about that model of attention.
20.
Essay. Essay.
Example.
It is in fact an extract from an essay by Thomas Sowell, an economist and social theorist.
Some people were randomly chosen to read a cynical essay